A very good afternoon to you. This is the news update on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I am Olusegun Fawole. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has cautioned political parties and candidates against engaging in premature electioneering activities ahead of the 2027 general elections, declaring that such actions are in clear violation of the Electoral Act. The Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekomi said that the Commission has not yet released the official timetable or schedule of activities for the 2027 polls. Oyekomi caution came amid growing public concern over the rising presence of political posters, subtle endorsements, and escalating verbal exchanges among political figures. The Civil Defense Correctional, Fire and Immigration Services Board has approved the promotion of 30 senior officers of the Nigerian Correctional Service to the rank of Assistant Controller General of Corrections. The announcement was made in a press statement signed by the NCOS spokesperson, Umar Abubakar. Abubakar noted that the promotion were made in line with CDC-FIB's commitment to merit-based advancement, professional excellence, and the continuous strengthening of leadership within the Nigerian Correctional Service. Chief Press Secretary to Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde Sulaimon Olanrewaju has commended the governor for his consistent delivery of road projects across Oyo State, describing him as the most proactive governor in this regard. Olanrewaju stated this while featuring on Dominion Television's political program Okodoro Shelu, highlighting the circular road project, noting that despite claims from some residents that their properties were taken unfairly, those affected were compensated and, in some cases, provided with alternative accommodation. Speaking on the ongoing work at the Government House, he clarified that the project is a reconstruction, not a renovation, and assured that the reconstruction will not disrupt other government projects. Olanrewaju urged residents to support the administration's development agenda, adding that Governor Makinde remains committed to transparent and impactful governance. As Nigeria's economic crisis intensifies, residents of Ibadan are increasingly burdened by rising inflation and a worsening poverty index. The soaring cost of living is forcing many to make difficult choices, with even basic necessities now out of reach for some households. According to recent data from the United Nations World Food Programme (WFP), Nigeria is facing a severe food insecurity crisis, projecting that approximately 33.1 million Nigerians could experience acute hunger in the coming months, a figure that signals a growing emergency if left unaddressed.
We are actually food insecure, especially in Nigeria, where just an individual does not know where our next meal is coming from. So this is not supposed to be. In fact, according to the United Nations, every individual must be able to afford a square meal, and no individual should go to bed hungry, according to the Sustainable Development Goals. And so this is a pressing issue, this is a pressing need that needs to be addressed. In fact, there should be a state of emergency as regards that.
Food insecurity in Nigeria has become a major challenge, which the government and also every good and well-meaning Nigeria needs to start looking into in order to be able to address and to curb the menace that this is already causing in the society. Because as a matter of fact, if you ask me, I will tell you for free, an hungry man.
Calling on all levels of governments to implement urgent economic reforms and introduce policies aimed at cushioning the impact of inflation.
We should look in another direction. Let's look at Food Bank. Partner with them. If they have been doing these things for a very long while, partner with them and let's just see how this firstly intervention.
The government needs to start looking towards how needs to start looking inward on how to address this situation of food insecurity in the country. It's already causing a whole lot of challenges, and that is why I said this needs to be looked into, and that is where the concept of quick intervention needs to come in.
Many believe swift and targeted action is necessary to alleviate the burden on ordinary Nigerians and prevent the situation from spiraling further. As the family ties continue to tear apart across the world, a therapist in Ibadan, Omomi Bankole, stated the major causes of divorce, highlighting its effects on children and society at large.
Divorce can be caused by several reasons. Abuse, irreconcilable differences, like I said. When couples practice what we call solo syndrome, they are in the marriage but they are living apart. They are just living as a flatmates. When couples decide to go their separate ways, most of the time, a lot of people bear the brunt. The children bear the brunt. The family, the extended family that each of the two couples are coming from bear the brunt because, there will be rift, there will be, so I have issue with esteem. When their mates are talking about their parents and they cannot really come aboard to talk about it because they know their parents are not together. And I would say that the effect of divorce on children is not really about now. It goes further even into the future. It goes even for some, if they don't come to the point of resolving that trauma, affecting their choices in marriage.
Bankole made this known in an exclusive interview with Dominion News correspondent Sheyifomi Akinsoya, clarifying the difference between separation and divorce, stressing the possibility of divorced couples' reconciliation and the steps to be taken.
One of the gender can instigate divorce. It is we call the aggrieved party. It is the person that feels, okay, it's like I'm no longer in for this relationship, can instigate. It could be either the woman or the man. For separation could just be for one reason or the other. Husband and wife may decide to just live separately. Separation means they are not living under the same roof.
Available data shows that in Nigeria, the divorce rate stands at 5.0 per 1,000 population, while the separation rate is slightly higher at 6.0 per 1,000. On the foreign scene, a white South African firm owner and 2 employees are facing trial over the alleged murder of 2 black women who prosecutors say were shot dead for trespassing last August and their bodies fed to pigs. The women were said to have been killed by Zakaria Olivia and his workers, Adrian DeWet, and a foreign national, William Musoro. A regional spokesperson for the National Prosecuting Authority of South Africa, NPA, stated that the men appeared at the Limpopo Polokwane High Court in the northern Limpopo province. United States Attorney General Pam Bondi has ordered prosecutors to open legal proceedings into allegations that political opponents of Donald Trump may have conspired to falsely accuse him of colluding with Russia in the run-up to the 2016 presidential elections. The prosecutors will submit evidence to a grand jury, a group of citizens who will decide whether formal charges will be filed. It is unclear, however, that what those charges might be and who could be charged. Trump was elected president in the 2016 elections, beating Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton, but he has always accused political foes of smearing him over the so-called Russiagate allegations. Beijing has lifted a severe weather alert but warned residents to stay vigilant against natural disasters after authorities evacuated more than 82,000 people over fears of deadly floods in the Chinese capital. The Municipal Weather Office stated this in a social media statement that the weather system had weakened as it drifted eastwards. The office had imposed a red rainstorm warning forecasting heavy downpour. And now talking sport. President Bola Tinubu has gifted Nigeria's senior national women's basketball team, the Tigers, $100,000 to each of the players and $50,000 each for the 11-man coaching and technical team, and a bedroom flat at Renewed Hope Estate for every member of the team and coaching staff. The president also conferred on the players and technical crew the prestigious national honor of Officer Order of the Niger, OON. The recognition of the Tigers followed a similar state reception President Tinubu hosted for the Super Falcons after their record-extending 10th Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON victory in Rabat, Morocco. You can follow us across our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast, and on X at Dominion Cast. And that ends the news update on Dominion Television. I am Olusegun Fawole. Good afternoon and thank you for watching.